So, hello everyone. In this short segment, we shall look at another lichenoid condition, the one we call lichen nitidus. So, lichen nitidus is one of the conditions that you can actually see most of the times asymptomatic, but they can be bothersome to the patient. And how would you know that it is lichen nitidus? And we remember the word lichen, it will mean now this is a lichenoid dermatitis. And then when you say lichenoid, it simply means the morphological picture of the lesions that you see, there will be flat-topped papules and plaques. So, but in this case, majorly, you'll see flat-topped papules. They can be a little bit shiny or sometimes skin-colored, but that's how they look like, as you can see in this picture. And as I will explain more, this is how they will look like. So, lichen nitidus is a little bit uncommon chronic skin condition, which is usually characterized by a very tiny, discrete, skin-colored, flat-topped papules. Oftentimes, they can be crusted, or some people think that it can be actually lichen planus, but maybe presenting in an atypical form. So that's why we call it lichenoid dermatitis. It was first described by Pincus in the 1901, and he suggested it to be a distinct entity because of the histological picture that is different from lichen planus. So in terms of occurrence and demographic, it is a rare condition, but it affects all races and all genders without segregation, but commonly seen in children and young adults. But sometimes it can also be associated with Downey's syndrome. And in the pathogenesis, there's no known identifiable causative agent, but possibly it shares triggers with lichen planus, things including like hepatitis B, vaccination, infection with hepatitis C, and the rest. So there's a thinking that maybe they share those triggers. We think it is a distinct clinical and histological pattern, and it is different from lichen planus. In the clinical picture, you'll see pinhead-sized, skin-colored, flat-topped, shiny papules, or sometimes they can be hyperpigmented or majorly skin colored. It commonly affects the upper extremities, the chest, the abdomen, and it can also be seen on the genitalia, especially the shaft of the penis. Rarely, it can cause pruritus, and it can also involve nails, and you can end up also involving the mucous membranes in some rare cases. So this is how the papules will look like. If I may magnify for you, you will see that these papules are very, very shiny and they are flat-topped. So that's the clinical picture that you will get, very shiny flat-topped papules. And most of the times they're discrete, so sometimes they can coalesce to form a plaque. So on histology, it also has distinct or special or unique histological findings where you get dense lymphocytic infiltrate with a ball and claw pattern. So this is what we usually see. So in this case, you see this is like a ball, right? So you have, since it is just like one papule, so if you do histology on that one papule, you will see this lymphocytic infiltrate in only that particular region that is affected, whereby the nearby bystanding skin is actually very, very normal. And in the affected skin, we will see epidermal atrophy, as you can see here. You see here, from here up to here, there's a very, very thin epidermis as compared to this area here, where the epidermis is a little bit bigger. So epidermal atrophy, and then this dense lymphocytic infiltrate, giving you that ball and claw pattern. So what are the differentials and how to treat this condition? So it can be confused with lichen planus, lichen sclerosus, lichen spinulosus, papular eczema, what we call the follicular eczema, and histological findings can aid you to differentiate between all these particular conditions. And you see that we've seen that for it, at least it has its distinctive histology, so it will be very hard for you to confuse it with lichen planus when you do histology. So treatment, most of the cases they resolve by themselves in a course of about 1 to 2 years. so they may not necessitate your treatment. But in case there is any itching, you can give maybe a topical corticosteroid or an antihistamine. And in case they are very extensive, you can also do phototherapy. Or if they are just localized, you can also do localized phototherapy, where you can maybe give the phototherapy for only the affected areas. And that's how we treat this condition. So in conclusion, what is the take home from this lichen nitidus? So we should remember it is a rare benign condition, which is with distinctive and clinical and histological patterns that are separate from lichen planus and the other lichenoid disorders. And it can actually even coexist with lichen planus. And when you're managing, primarily it is symptomatic, and in that case, may either need not to manage, or in case the patient is concerned, that's when you can give the different treatment modalities we've talked about: the corticosteroids, the phototherapy, and maybe catalytic agent. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next segment. God bless you, and remember to subscribe and share. I'm Dr. Abraham.